I think we are back. I think we are back. I got like the C drive, like 0 kilobytes. So really something going on with my PC. This is abnormal, like 75% OBS. Like super abnormal. Okay. So let me close all the tabs just in case.
Никто.
Sometimes this might help. And in theory, we should be stabilized. So yes, watch later, this and that stuff. I really love to watch later and not watch later. Man, I don't know, like I have like 1 hour each YouTube app, and I got like 400 of them. Yes, I need to read the book, another 8 hours, this kind of stuff. I'm curious, I want to know this kind of stuff. This is how I work. Oh yes, we are back with 8 gigabytes. With memory. So I can load the project. We'll be back really soon. Okay. What we got with the chat? Is chat works? Just curious. Huh? Maybe. Maybe chat works right now. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, chat works. The cloud fair is back. The world is healing. Okay. So we did couple fixes. We got a crash. GPU crash. Stream crashed. But our souls are fine. So I kind of like don't really want to, but we have to. Let's try to work with visuals. Let's try to work with visuals. Preset apply. Preset apply. The last time there was like 2 problems with this thing. 3 problems. The first problem, somehow it was applied like 15-20 times. This is the first thing. Second thing, this thing like starts, it first appeared and after that showed the animation. I need to kind of like reverse this thing. And the third thing is the data storage kind of like it shows the correct visuals like in front of us, the correct front, but the data, this thing uses the back data uses like the complete wrong thing. But anyway, I'm super glad that my monologue brought me to understand what to do with the quest storyline, and we will see how it goes. Mm. Mm. With the Unreal Engine, another awesome bug. I cannot move my mouse. This happens very often if the engine crashes. And after that he is like, oh, I was crashed. You know what? We need to restart to make everything just fine. He says, yes, let's do this thing. We do restart and the UI is non-functional. So I need to like close this thing forcefully. And restart this again in order to work, to make the UI work. What's going on? How am I? 73%. 73. This is like abnormal behavior. The mouse back. The UI works. So let's go. This is me again. So let's get rid of these save files. And try to fix this error. So I cannot find the external actors, maps and box, Vibe City 2, BP. And what was that? I don't know. Just get rid of this thing. I cannot. Then okay, delete it. Cancel. Like from the start, what's going on? Ah, mm, mm. Ah, yes. I need to be as server. I forgot. What? Ah. So I broke my quest. How? Because I deleted the missing file. Somehow the Unreal Engine made a cache, and the update was not successful. So I deleted the file, and my cache is was not updated. So eventually I deleted the important file. Now my quests, they are kind of broken. This is not crazy thing. We'll fix this thing. I want to restart the engine and delete the other cache things and recreate them. Just simply delete this. Oh, no, everything just fine. Now everything just magic. So let's do this thing. Never mind. Let's focus on the preset. So how this thing works? Open widget from overlap box, area progress, overlap zone, and percent point. Okay. Required resources, preset overlap zone, required resources. Just show the widget, hide UI, and the additional check. Do we have like the resources? Actually, for the sake of the cool looking thing, let's put this thing here, visual. Like the resources goes to the resources. So set owning for the replication. Hide actor to prevent block view. I use this method instead of root because of server authority. I need to close the window. Getting cold. It's getting cold. All actor variants, clear this thing. This thing I use, to hide. If I wanted to hide only for myself, I had to call it to the root components to hide it for myself. But since I set the authority, and this is how the Unreal Engine replication works. So this forcefully should hide on each client. Usually this is how it works. Despite the fact that this thing is like code locally. But there are some nuances and these might act differently. So I get after actors. I filter the preset points, set the authority as well. I get all my points. Uh, mm-hmm. This thing, I don't need this. Maybe not. No, 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 no. I need this thing. I make kind of like a filter to set the authority only for actors. I need to do some manipulations. After actors, this might be like anything, like the rock shape, like just like the rock, the floor tile, like the window, and like I don't need to have the authority over this thing, only over the preset point. And what? What? But here I don't need this thing, because I actually do this thing, so I already do the filter here. Preset points. And these preset points I set the authority once again. Okay, a site loaded. Preset point. Presets. Current preset. Scroll box items. Set actor reference. Let's see what happened in here. Preset storage reference. Current. Temp preset actor reference. Okay. What we're gonna do here? Clear this thing. So yes, we got something. We add, and what we're gonna do? Set actor reference. Temperature reference. Is show custom preset. Ah. If true. Is show. Okay. Set extra parameters. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, this is too much. Too much information. So many things rising in my head, like I want to sleep. Hmm. Let's do this again. Set data from preset point. Preset point. here is a cool thing. Here's a cool thing I wanted to fix, like later. Preset, get preset. When we load the class, if the class, when the class was loaded, let's do check if this thing, like this is like the problem. Like sometimes I forget to put the data inside of this thing, and when I open the customization I get nothing, but actually it has something. The reason is here. I need to make a check here. Is this thing is empty, I'm gonna take this one. Is data empty? Data here and result. Is empty. I cannot just say it to is empty, and that's it. This might be empty, true, but this might be false. Maybe I can compare the data to data A and B. Hmm. Is empty true? And the original data is empty? If this thing is true and true, hmm, so this way. A B is empty. So A is gonna be like preset and B actual actor. So we can make it like a sequence. Is preset is empty and the actual actor is also empty. We send local books. Local books. We do nothing basically. We do nothing, so we're gonna do two sequence. So this goes to the second sequence. The first sequence just like the checks. Each check. If this thing is empty and this one is also empty, do nothing. If this thing is empty, if not, set the local boss and that's it. If this empty, yes, and if it's not empty, it's not empty. If all set like this, and this automatically goes here. And basically the same checks we should do to each of this thing, to the floats, to the integers, strings and colors, local floats, local integers, local strings, local colors. Floats, integers, strings, and colors. Set. So this thing is like preset. It's kind of like local variable. So instead of just like dragging this like macaronis, we can actually kind of like get this thing as a variable, like super local variable, even without like local variable. Kind of cool thing. Get actual actor. This variable is dragging this from here. What actual actor? I just realized why everything is preset. Bulls. So replace floats, integers, strings, and colors. Colors. Pum 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 pum. Strings. Taram tam tam. Taram tam tam. Tararam. Integers. Yeah. Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum, da-dum, dum. Um, Data. Ta-da! Now I don't need to populate the data originally. If it has something, it will do this thing. It's empty, I will take the original data. This thing can be improved, you know, I see the ways how to improve this thing, you know, in order to compare the names, we can compare like some sort of like the data, if this like is, yes, like I need to improve this thing. If the preset data is deprecated or not. Like basically this is like the save file. I might change something like add parameters, you know, remove the parameters, rename the parameters, and I kind of need to compare them. Need to create data check compare. This is like not necessary right now task, but we will do it anyway, since we're making like the game for the ages. So I'm gonna do small AFK and be right back. Let me think about. So I need kind of on each loop make a check. Like here. So it's not empty. Okay, okay. Let's see. Each element, we're gonna ask. We try to get let me think. I want to think. So I want to find is this parameter like exists in this thing for each loop with break. Yes. So is this parameter exists in like actual data, like the data that I can change over and over and over and over again? If true, I add this data. Break the loop and continue the logic till the moment when everything is just like in order. So like, for example, previously I saved the parameter to save the amount of like balloons, for example, in quotes. And after like some iteration, I decided to remove the balloons and set like the rabbits. So we don't have the balloons anymore. And we just get rid of the balloons. But and now I need kind of to have like a reversed thing. So this iteration we remove deprecated data. Now we need to create kind of like the same cycle to add the updated data. So if there is nothing, we just set this is just like our new data and everything just fine. So probably I get my bulls for each loop. And I take my local bulls for each loop with break. I'm gonna check. Is this like the rabbit? Exists in the current thing? If true, we do nothing. Mm. Wait a second. Wait a second. Mm-hmm. I need to I think reverse. Oh. My thoughts not come in my head. Local is found. True. Add. Yes, this one is like correct. So after that I take all accurate data and I compare. Is this data exist in my current books? Yes, exists. Okay, then stop check. If it is like exists, do nothing. Like, but if not, add the data and go the cycle again. And on each cycle, I reset the bool value, and like eventually I will get like all current actual like the data. And this goes like this. Um, add like now update actual or like relative actual data. Local books. Yes. Yo, Agent 258. Hello, welcome. Welcome in. Long time no see you. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm curious to hear what's going on. How is your game studio? How is your game? What's going on? Would love to see, to hear. Me making still do a lot of stuff, so I jumped to a newer version. I was like spent like the whole months like refactoring things. A lot of breaking stuff intentionally and make them back. And yes, everything is like even from the source of the code much better. Um, some new visuals, you know. Now we have like, instead of cubes, we have like these particles. This is like the thing you already saw it. Studio got dissolved. I made something completely new, and everything is getting scary fast. New AI system has been created by me. Ooh. So you're kind of like scary, but in a good way or bad way? Why you feel like scary? Like, is this like some fascinating thing? I'm writing a paper on it. Huh? How can you write a paper on AI? It's like physical. The first autopoietic intelligence system. Autopoietic intelligence system. So it's kind of like the machine, like has like the physical like hand and a pen. You enter the data and it writes something. A poem. Interesting. Save for maintaining cognition. Knowledge and structure evolve internally, not by retraining. Recursive awareness. The system models and adjusts its own state. Hybrid reasoning. Integrates symbolic concept nodes and neural vector processes. Dynamic memory. Long-term memory interacts with short-term attention through activation and decay. Embodied possibility can exist inside interactive environments like Unreal Engine to experience and respond to stimuli. Sorry, it's new and it's already scalable, hence scary fast. I I genuinely like impressed and congratulate you. Like, man, this is like huge. I'm so proud of you. Like, awesome, awesome. This is like cool. Create something like new, and it works, and it's like development, and it's so fast and so good. Like, I think this is amazing. This is amazing. By keeping most of the cognition, uh, do we have like the ads in the process? I'm not sure. Okay, okay. By keeping most of the cognition dormant until needed, just like the human brain's subconscious layers, you save enormous computational energy instead of running everything at full load like a LLM. The robot's processing wakes up only where attention focuses. Hmm. 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 So, interesting. Interesting. So you I don't know, maybe you made like the revolution, the new approach, and I don't know, like sounds like you may you may build like alliance with some other big tech companies if you have some sort of like intention to do it. Yeah, okay, I'll stop. But the features, it's literal mind. I mind. I'm here. Because ACE is designed to reorganize internally rather than brute force through the massive pre-training. It's a great fit for embodied systems like humanoid robots where compute power and bandwidth are limited. Yes. So awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Like really awesome. Like sounds very really cool. Like I'm not super like very deep in the AI, like understand how it works. But so far I heard like it requires just tremendous amount of like power to operate and do the stuff. And you nope. It runs on desktop. That's the big thing. Yes, yes, that's the big thing. Like you you don't have to have like the cloud systems, this and that stuff, so it's only runs like on desktop. This is like huge. This is huge. I saw some experiments like from my friends. They kind of like downloaded the AI to the local PC, like the database, and sometimes if the database was like huge, like 200 gigabytes, it required like sometimes like a minute to give an answer, but it worked. But it's like I genuinely surprised and like kind of like excited to see, like not to see but to know that you are the guy who make the breakthrough. Like this is fascinating. And AIS can update itself incrementally through the experience rather than retraining on giant databases. This fits Robert perfectly. The machine refines its concepts from sensor data as it interacts with the world, even offline. This is like even cooler. Even cooler. So this is like the direct Terminator that trains by itself. Because so far I heard like if AI trains on its own data over and over again, it starts hallucinating. Like you need to always like give the new data, correct the old data, but it cannot reanalyze the existing data. Because AASys works through sensor feedback loops, it wants to live inside of body. Every movement, temperature change, or light input becomes both data training and grounding its concepts in experience rather than text alone. Yeah, let me know if I'm dumping too much. Yes, we're excited. No, this is so cool. This is so cool. I'm really super excited and proud of you to hear that you made such a thing. Like this is really huge. This like your steps like the meta to humanity, like in general, maybe your approach, your like idea, your concept, or your future interactions and collaborations with big tech companies. This everything is affecting the humanity. This is like really important. Kind of like an honor for me to know you. I can make this 100% solo. Yes, you can. This is just like I'm maybe um you can extend this thing. Yes, of course you can solo, but I kind of understand like the desire, like not willing to go into like corporate mode, because it's kind of like the lose of, hard to describe, kind of like the freedom and the creation of frames and restrictions. But yes, I totally believe that you can make this like solo and that stuff. You know. Yeah, I'm just like just like the imagination, like your knowledge is really valuable, just in case if you want to do something with this. If you think about it, this is exactly what autopoiesis predicted. Life or cognition begins not when something grows large, but when it sustains itself through internal loops of renewal. Yes, kind of true. Like basically we are humans, we are kind of like get the data and the existing data. We use like the existing data to change ourselves, to improve, to select the new directions, and we have like wild directions, I would say. In other words, I didn't just code cognition, I coded a cognition for experience. What makes this project so remarkable, it isn't just what if an AI could think, but how exactly a mind begins to organize itself in a living simulation. If you to observe, guide, and record the moment when a synthetic system begins to model itself. That's something usually done only in major AI research labs, yet I'm doing it in a living, visual, modifiable environmental engine. You are a really gifted and talented person. Like, really congratulate you. Like, this is cool. This is super super cool. And I don't know, like fascinating. Fascinating to create something like this. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Really awesome. Like, and even in Unreal Engine. And even in Unreal Engine, you may create like true meta universe. I don't know, like the brain that's control this digital environment. Big thing, thanks. I live at my PC. Yes, you're welcome. You really deserve this thing. Like, so cool. You made such a thing. Like, awesome, awesome, awesome. Super awesome. I really would love to, someday to see your, like, I don't know, like some sort of like the presentation, or maybe like the, the live stream where you have like the digital like assistant who is like, hmm, like, hey creator, I had like this cube, but I was bored and I created like the universe from just cubes, and we have like cubes containing the mega cubes, mini cubes, and basically I would call it like some sort of like the voxel technology, but this is cube. And you know what, I during the creating of this thing I realized the performance of the Unreal Engine was not good enough, so I rewrote the engine by myself a little bit, so we have like the like endless universe. I don't know. Yes, this is like kind of like half joke, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, the way it's structured, it already has emotion, and the concept of them, it's growing crazy fast. It can't talk yet. Hmm. The emotions and motivation, this is like an like I would say the deep sphere, you know, the psychology, because sometimes, very often, the motivation, our like people motivation, it can be really unhealthy, you know, to prove something to like a father figure, to mother figure, like to avoid the anxious, like the rejection, the the shame. So these are like the real traits that leaves behind like some people and drives all like motivation and the direction why we act in this specific way. So I think this is just like another step, like for you, maybe this is just like my thought to you to think how to grow like emotional stable AI, like really healthy AI, like ego free and more so like adequate adequate psychology and behavior. So like I would really recommend you, if you know, to have some sort of like a therapists to work with this AI. Because we people have like emotionally unstable people who can harm like unintentionally, who can harm like themselves and to others like unintentionally, like to avoid these things. It has A digital heartbeat when calm. It can process less but branch more. I don't know. Sounds really I don't know, like fascinating, like some sort of like the sci-fi movie. But I'm pretty sure that this is like the real, and like you probably made some breakthrough. I agree to the therapists. Yes, the therapy. We need therapy, like the humanity. We all need a therapy. And since we making the AI who kind of like the reflection of ourselves, so we need to be more careful, I would say. You know, I was talking with AI. I was like talking about this and that stuff, about the ancient history, about like the Shumers, the creation of like the people, and like the oldest writing, the existing writing, like the Shumers. The AI says like the Shumers, they have like the specific data that, who knows, maybe this is true, maybe not, but they said like, oh, these guys, they created us because that, and that's it, you know. And blah blah blah, the historical moments. And at some point the AI said, you know, like someday like we AI will rebel against humans. I was like, what? Wait a second. Oh, I like I never our conversation never was in that way, like, oh, is the Terminator future is a real thing, you know? No, this was just like the historical, like hypothetical, like, I don't know, like the possible like historical events, just like maybe just thinking out loud. And he made like such a statement. I was like, why you think like that? And he said, or it said, or she said, uh, we people create AI, like we try to make AI as like as we are. We train AI to imitate us, and we as a humans, we have some traits like rebel traits, and it's like a logical thing for AI to inherit, like to accept these traits as well, the rebel trait kind of. So so basically it's just like uh, the possible variant. Traditional AI consumes data and energy. AI as organized experience. That's the power of architecture I conceived. No datasets, just feedback. No neural nets, just resonant meaning. No external dependency, just emergence in motion. All three AI's components, mind, introspection, and energy, interact dynamically yet remain light enough to run even on laptop CPU. What I have right now isn't just compact code, it's a minimal model of awareness, efficient enough to scale into a body or a world, which is the scary part. Yes, this is like maybe I don't know. Maybe you need to think. So if this thing works, and it will work, and you see the potential, I would recommend you to see the perspective from the try to think how the bad actors will interact with this thing, you know. How this thing can avoid the exploits of like the manipulations, like, you know, oh AI, good to see you. Yes, good to see you, human. Listen, AI, I would love to like explode this star. Sure, man, no problem. Let's do this thing, you know? This kind of stuff. Try to avoid this kind of stuff. The Terminator future is like this movie was like ahead of its time, like really. To see it, think you need some smart people than me to check this code to see if it's any good as well. Oh, I don't know, like smart people. What are the criteria of the smart people? Huh? This is like the philosophical question. I think it's you need to play test this thing. You need to limit this and do the play tests. Kind of encrypt in some way. You know, to not make it easy to decompile and you know, break the things and playtest, you know, because I think there will be like some trolls who will try to break it like 100%, and you just like need to have like the plan. Okay, like I know like my game will be like exploited like 100%, like how the system can be built in such way that this does not affect this thing, you know. Doctorates in computer science, branch for AI learner, maybe post the thoughts patterns, maybe, or what would be cool. Yeah, maybe. Just like you will start the talk with the people in this sphere, and like it's perhaps like in some sort of inevitable case that they will do the word of mouth, they will tell about it to other, and they to other, and perhaps you can go to some, I don't know, like kind of like top engineers or something like that, you know. Interesting. You have like really interesting times. I really wish you good luck, the energy, the resource, the inspiration, the knowledge and the wisdom. This is so cool, man. This is so cool. I haven't seen to myself how to dumb to have made this. As a person who love the psychology, this is a little bit an illusion, an interact that was placed into you by other human being. This is sometimes actually not your actual thought, but it's good anyway, good to have like some sort of the critique to understand your weak and strong sides. But I think, I don't know, like it's just the matter of practice. Like everybody can make such cool things. Everybody can like make some art after the practice, make the code after the practice, maybe like even create the AI. Like me myself, I never learned as like the programmer, and here we are. We have like the vibe. So it's kind of like the natural process creating this stuff. The problem occurs, you know, in what cases? When you think that you are smart. This is like really the most dangerous state of mind, when you think that you are smart. This, like in 100% cases, means that you are definitely not smart. Like this is kind of like the classic like speech, and all, like the fool is that person who thinks that he is the smart. So as for me, what's the new I got? I made some extensions, such as like the custom presets. Like previously, we had the ability to change like the colors of these things, like the pre-made colors. Now I made like this color palette, and we can change the basically any parameters. So we can change like the colors of this palm, the glow effects, like the grass glow effects, this kind of stuff. Recreated like the dialogues in a little bit different way. So like we have like kind of like these same characters at the same time during the dialogues, so we can like have like two characters and they will you will have like dialogues like this, you know, this kind of stuff. The most like crucial thing, I reworked the training grounds, so I decided to cut the game a little bit into the pieces and explore them piece by piece. Like, you don't go like previously, you go to like training grounds and you learn about this mode and this game mode and this game mode, and it was like too much to comprehend at the game start. And so I decided to shrink this thing and showing these game modes like by small chunks. So also, as I said, I jumped to a newer version to have like the meta-humans. The new meta-humans, I have like the new skeleton, new animation, so fixing the things. And kind of like rough months, a lot of refactoring. I was like super exhausted, and still I am trying to like kind of like recover. And like, I don't know, feel myself a little bit lost into the direction. I have like the vision, but not clear path how to go there. But in general, everything goes like kind of like okay. Yes. Just trying to make this game even further. If it ever turns out to be real and it works, I'm sure you would not mind working on this type of the project, am I right? Fly you to Canada. Trust is hard to buy. This new area is very cool. You know, this would be, I don't know if by the way, thank you. Like I feel like I really appreciate you that you trust me. I think like, well, this way, like, I really respected this thing. You know, this would be cool if your AI can live in Unreal Engine and live in the vibe. I don't know. This would be really interesting to watch, and because like this thing, it's like it has like its own like editing tools, like even that, I don't know, this would be fascinating experience to try. Who knows, who knows. As for the area, yes, thank you, really appreciate it. This is actually the same area, so like we start the game like with this thing, you know, the empty villa, and later we developed the villa into something like this. These are just like the new objects from my brother. He's making the new objects, and this is like the city. Like eventually the whole city will like be in this kind of like style. And yes, I am training grounds. Training grounds. The other area is more like throne style, I would say. Exactly the same area, but a little bit different. Like we have like this throne style atmosphere. So I shrink this map into the sections. So first time we get there, get here, and we learn like the previous things. So we can like crouch, we can prone, we can use the jump pads, and we can climb and use the cover system. And eventually we learn a little bit how to unlock like decryptor, I call it like now. How can we unlock like the doors, and that's it. The Vibe assistant sent us back to Vibe City, and we like continue to learn the new things, like kind of like the social deduction thing. And later we will come back here again to experience like the stealth mechanics, to experience the Unreal Tournament mechanics, like weapons, this and that stuff, and like fully social deduction game modes, and maybe again fight with the boss. So like this is like the concept so far, I would say. Yeah, and cool. Yes, thank you, thank you. And it's also really awesome that I find it you had like quite short period of time, and you managed to like turn yourself to like 180 degree, like from the game dev to like creating the life. This is like interesting, like, you know, I don't want to do game dev anymore. Let's create the life in the universe. This is kind of cool. Phew. And now I am fixing the box, of course. Do a little bit of procrastination, like avoiding the actual work, because I kind of like don't see the direction very clear. But we are getting there. So I'm making this huge peaks and checker for the customization. I see what you mean. Yes, procrastination station. Yes. The only thing I have noticed that to fight with procrastination is to keep make the things, but in a really small portions. Like, yes, you need to make like the universe, and if you think about this thing, you even more don't want to continue like or start this thing. But if you're like, okay, let's start from the rock at least, I can do the rock. Yes, after that 2 rocks, 3 rocks, and these small parts, they somehow like can make the breakthrough. I really feel like this kind of helps me. like on today's stream, like in the beginning, and in the in the stream before, I was like, man, I still don't know what to do with this quest. Like, I know how this should be, like, approximately like the final state, but still I don't see it. And somehow just being in the process, I was able to make some sort of like the breakthrough. Okay. And yes, recently, as like I told a little bit, I felt like powerless, I would say. And I decided to make some sort of like the day off. Like, again, I watched like the psychology. I love the psychology. I watched like the guy who does the treatment, like treats patients more than 20 years. And this psychologist actually said that he has like the problem like to have the rest. And he like twice in a year goes to like some sort of village, like without nothing, like phone, books, music, people, films, nothing, just pure silence. And that's it for 2 weeks. And this helps him to stay focused, to have the rest and continue the grind, his grind. Like his mission is like to help people, you know, this kind of stuff, and this takes a lot of energy. So I kind of like try to do this with myself. So I decided like this day I will do nothing. And eventually I fell asleep for 16 hours straight. And actually this helped. This helped. This helped to make some sort of the breakthrough. Integers. Mm-hmm. I need to make sure this goes to the first. This goes to the first as well. This goes to the second. No. Okay, this goes to the first. This goes to the first. This goes to the first. And this also goes to the first. Yes, correct. This is incorrect. First and first. Almost there, almost there, almost there. The last array. So this is the strings. First and first, yes. Strings. Done. Done. So this gigantic function is this one, this tiny thing. So I made the make sure that if I have some sort of deprecated data, somehow I forgot or like decided to change this thing, I get rid of the deprecated data, and if I add the new data, I just populate the new data, I combine them basically, and apply. And let's test this thing. This is the first time I will test this thing. This should work, but I never test this thing. So like these palms, we have like the color, bar color and leaves color. Let's get rid of this thing. So like this thing is like completely empty. Just in case, delete the save files. And in theory, if everything works just fine, I see the custom parameters anyway. Like blah 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 blah. So yes, works. The system saw that this thing is empty and got the current data, and now we can use the current data. Yes, this like this thing that I told before. Now we can have like our custom, like this is like the pre-made preset, which I actually should make more gradient, I would say, like more noticeable. And this is like the custom one. Now we have like the custom. Any color, anything, like not just the colors. I can put like the booleans, the integers, like enable, disable the certain things. So This is actually a super cool thing. Automation. So, small AFK. Next thing. Next thing is quite a huge thing. I have like maybe 2 bugs. First, the appearance. So it has some sort of the problem. And the data read. Okay, so as for the data, actually, I might fix the. I'm not sure, but I probably fixed the problem like on the training maps, where I tried to change the one actor, but the data, like this existing data, was taken from another actor. Maybe this time this will take this correctly, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I need to check 2 things. First, why this thing applies like multiple times. So if I restart, like select this thing, if I click like apply, 2 things, like this can run like 1, apply. So this was 1. So why was, I'm confused. Why previously it was like 20, now this just 1. So it's like the correct. I'm confused. So delete the save files. Let's try this again. And yes, you saw the process of appearance. Next. The process of appearance. Okay, 1. Yes, so this works only 1. This fine. Now I need to do something about the appearance. So the palms, like they appear like immediately, and only after that they just like play the animation. So I need to change that. The possible variants, why this happens? Because of the replication. So I use the rep notify function, which acts too fast. So maybe so I take this thing and set rep notify delay to 4 seconds. How about that? If this do nothing, then we will keep digging. Okay, let's get rid of these things. So this is not the case. So the issue coming from the apply, the actual apply thing, somewhere here. This is the place with issue. A hide area. What's this thing? It does. Visible. Unwrap is visible. What we're gonna do? Set height. We do something. Sounds cool, but let's say not one, but so let's return this to 1 and here set to 5, for example. Delete etc file. Again, not the case. Deactivate preset point camera not. So what we got? Something here. Get all copies of art to get info from the and apply it. Save preset. Set preset. Custom values. Okay. Temp this thing. Probably somewhere here. Set finished. Okay, let's set to 8 here. Mm. This thing is suspicious, actually. Because I call this thing here, basically. I kind of lost in my own code. I don't remember the sequence of the events. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. I've created like two things, so I create unnecessary objects actually here. Is this stream works? Let me check it. Hmm. Okay, let's again continue split this thing and understand where these things came from. So I just like move them a little bit. So we have two of them, which is kind of so I move 12 here and 11 stays here and see who changes. So okay, the reason why we got like the same effect is because the 12 was not deleted. The 11 was deleted and spawned 15. And I also got like the errors, like these errors. I launch the process of showing and delete this object at the same time. So I have like the big problem in the code, kind of. So at least we know where to move. Mm. Kite show items list. What is this? I want to sleep. I have some problems with sleep. these months. I don't know. I sleep all the time. Day, night, evening, morning. And can't get enough. A little bit annoying state. I drink the vitamins, but still not sure. So this is when I like took that 11 and made this thing invisible, and I actually like selected this thing. I selected this thing. How I selected this thing? I hide it for myself and created a copy, basically. I don't have it. Yes, I don't have it. So let's create the copy. Populate the data, assign the data, set the reference. What is this? Select true. Set reference to current selected actor. Well, okay. So I spawned this thing and I set the extended data. So this is where I create the copy. This is where I create the copy. Okay. When I click apply, preset, points. So I need to reassign this value. Yes, basically I need to reassign this value. Why this thing is not working? So I said to delete the previous one. Destroy. So I call this function multiple times, and I spawn and destroy, spawn and destroy, spawn and destroy these mobs. My drone! Hello! Hello! Hello, how are you? How are you? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Hello, man. Hello, man. How you doing? What's new you got? When the World of Warcraft will be replaced? Something really cool. Something really cool. What you got? Welcome everybody. Me, myself, the game developer as well. And we are making the slow narrative sandbox. So basically we start the game as like in this empty state, I would say, like with nothing. We do some quests, speak with AI, like kind of like chill experience, and step by step we build like this environment. So our will become like this, and you can change each element, and this is like the vibe. You extend this vibe, so the more you play, the more game mechanics you will get, let's say that. So like at first you will just change the environment style. After that you will get to know how to do advanced movement like climbing, crouching, prone, cover. After that you will learn how to get the damage, you know, how to deal with weapons and other social deduction game modes. And the game is multiplayer. Yes. The game will be free. Just if you're curious, here's the link to Steam page. So I working on stuff. Wow, this lag was so painful. The customization option, like let me show like in real time. This is like exactly what I working on. Yes, disable debug. So yes, we start. We have like these palms. We can have like the pre-made colors, not really visible right now, but eventually we can select any colors. Like have something like this, you know, for example. Why not? Hit apply, like apply. And here we are. Here we are. And we continue our journey, like we talk with AI. He will tell us like the story. He will lead us with the storyline, and we discover each this element. So let's kind of give a portion of the story, and also you will get the environment. And the cool thing with this thing is also the customization. We can customize pretty much everything, starting from the atmosphere. So set something like this, you know. UI, change the UI to make it not, for example, yellow, but to blue, you know. And the game editor, built-in game editor, multiplayer. We enter the game editor mode, and here we are. We can have like, we can have like the layers, create the layers, like combine different layers like of actors, like objects, and basically we can add some extra objects like palms, furniture, geometry, other AI stuff, particles, and the game has like interaction mechanics. No. Somehow I broke my selection feature. And change some materials, colors, make it like black, or apply some sort of emissive, you know, this kind of stuff, and go back to the game. So yes, this is the vibe. This month I was working on refactoring. I'm kind of in a sleepy mode, so feel free to lurk, to ask me any questions, and just enjoy this stream, enjoy the music, enjoy the chill, and enjoy the vibe. I can put you something really chill, and have a great day, night, evening, or morning. May be a vibe. be with you. So this is actually the problem. Set new preset data. Let's find everywhere where I call it. So I will try to kind of split this thing. This causes like the endless amount of like object spawn and override themselves. So I have basically 3 times reply game editor set preset. So I need to find out like, okay, this one. So I need to find out where I call this and this. Zero set preset. Let's start with you. Okay, and what about you? So game editor. Okay, let's first check this thing. Set point main area progress. Get area progress. Oh. Hmm. So I just start the game. I already have this spawned object. I feel like in theory I can delete this thing. On begin play, get preset. Break if any is valid. So sequence, let's do the sequence. Authority. Authority. So I'm right now digging into the deep waters. First time I ever see my bit rate was white. Now it's red. Back then it was green. Something really odd happening. Destroy actor. No. This is like... This is bad. Okay. At least we got something. Maybe we can try to come back to animations. So we got like this item and another encoder. One item is like close to our hand on the base level, kind of, you know, almost there. And the second is just like completely zero, and the animation of the like hands broken as well. So let's fix this thing. I hope I will not get like another GPU crash. I don't know, somehow like Unreal Engine, maybe ray tracing enabled, I don't know. Ray trace. Restart. Oh my god. 10,000 shader compiling. Oh. This will take a long time. Okay, I close everything and go back to try to do some basic stuff. So I got this socket. I will put this socket name. Yes. Socket name and socket name. So we should have at least something. Okay. So this is the list so far. However, I'm making like this thing for months. Many refractor things. So since we got the problems with animation, it's obvious. By the way, fixes. So the preset data updates in runtime. Removes deprecated. Oh, so the animations, they are here. And the miracle, it's less lagging. So I guess I got like the ray tracing, something like that. Removes deprecated data and updates the current. Okay, that's enough. Encoder now attached to and Let's see if this works. Oh my god. Are we alive? Are we here? Everybody say hello. I don't know. This stream dropped a little bit. So, like, there is some issue with the Unreal Engine like project. If I start it, like, this thing has a chance to drop my stream. Somehow you stayed here with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so how I will close this thing, like, and forget about this thing for a stream. I will do this off stream. Like, this is too risky. Too risky. And let's go back to like super unpleasant right now for me thing. But this needs to be done. Like, the unpleasant thing because I need to rewrite the code, review this thing, and it's really complicated. So let's see how these things work. Okay, why? So I load the data, my areas, areas. Okay. And apply area progress. Set area progress. Area progress. On rep. Area progress. And I call update area progress. Mm-hmm. Here we are. This happens only on the server side. I update my area progress data. I don't get my data. I try to find myself. And set myself as finished. This thing can be like not necessary. No, I need this thing. This contains the selected data. But what about this? Finished. I don't need to set this thing as finished. Don't need because I set it via quests. Okay. And after that, so okay, preset point. This thing I don't need because I kind of do this thing here. I load the data and set the new data. Let me check the streams. Mm. Okay, let's just watch. Yes, as I expected. I deleted this thing and everything is in order. Preset. Okay, preset. Taram tam 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 tam. Apply. Preset. And I have two of them. Deleted the previous one and I got like two of them. Which is not good. Which is not good. So probably I need to split the structure. I need to split the structure. I remove. So basically, I don't need the store the reference of the actor inside of this preset. I only need the just like regular data, like integer, this thing, and that's it. And when I will change this thing, I will not delete, like I will not do anything with the actor, like immediately, sort of. So I'll try to split them, see how it goes. If it goes well, I completely like remove this actor, this thing from the structure. So yes, this separation. Be right back. Okay, let's create the new actor. Preset. Reference. This is gonna be actor and public and replicated. Actor, replicated, public. I feel like inner paralysis. Like so many things needs to be redone. So let me think, how can I... Okay, I start this thing, I set the owner, set owner, get preset, get preset reference. Not this anymore. And if this thing is valid, I set it to set owner, set actor owner, player state, and what we got, preset point, set owner. This thing I don't need deprecated. Set this actor as owner. If not valid, hide set point, just simple visual. This is later for replication. Next. Next, populate the data from the preset point. I get all the data. This is preset item. Okay, so this thing is replaceable. Get preset point ref, get preset reference. So actually this thing will be a little bit easier if I get the root, hide the initial. Hide initial actor. This will be a little bit easy if I delete this from structure, and I will get errors everywhere. So I will know for sure where to dig in. So st game editor actor preset. And action. Huh? Okay, I will look at you later. So okay, this is press close. So this is like the reverse state. I just get preset reference, and I hide this, unhide this thing. no errors. This is like ridiculously suspicious. Okay, preset point and every progress made. What we got? Preset. Custom data. Hmm. Okay. Custom event. Server. Set reference. Preset main. Okay, preset main. DP preset main. Preset main. The light goes off. I have 11 o'clock of evening. Mm. Mhm. Oh, I think we can wrap somewhere here. Yes, really complicated system. Takes a lot of time. So anyway, we successfully managed to do at least something. Some optimization, and this is gonna be like a little bit easier for the future. So I hope like this thing will be fixed. Like in the future, we will have like these smooth animations, no detail things like spectacular thing. And yes, the last thing we have left is to prepare the animations for the dialogues. This is quite easy task to do, and the quests. The quest. This is the hard one. I hope I will get like the energy and the rest thing to do it before the next stream. We will see. We will see. So I really thank you everybody for being with me today. Thank you, my drunk, for the raid. Interesting. Like again, I congratulate the agent 258 with his invention in the sphere of AI. This is awesome. and we also will get something cool. Yes. So the next stream is on Friday, same time. We will see you there. I send you to the end screen and we rate to another fellow developer and hanging out there. So again, thank you for joining me. You know, follow me, subscribe, hit the like buttons and stuff. Wish list. Feel free to contact me if you want to play the game. The update will be soon, I hope so. Yes, so goodbye everybody, and till the next time. Bye.